If you're with us online, go ahead and start to get your space set up, get the equipment that you need today. You can find that in the description of the class. And we'll see here in about the next 30 minutes, start our workout. All right, welcome back to Build Light. If this is your first class, a little bit about the format today, if you haven't been here before, is we're going to start with a warm-up, about 6 minutes, going to get the body ready to go, warmed up, and then we'll jump into the workout. So the format for this class is we have 6 movements total. Each movement we're going to do for 45 seconds, and we're going to go one into the next without any rest until we get through all 6, and that'll be 1 round done, and we do 3 rounds in this class. Followed by that, we'll do a 10-minute cool down, and we'll send you on your way. Equipment that is optional that you need today is a mat, medium-ish dumbbells, a step if you have it, and you can also use a kettlebell today. For the movements that we have, the first couple movements are going to be supersets. We haven't done those yet this session, but first movement is bent over row. We've done that this session, right? Yeah, we've done that this session. So remembering the biggest thing is bent over row. We're braced. We're not rounding that low back as we get into that bent over position. And for the rows, you can either go low, okay, activating those lats, squeezing those shoulder blades together, or you can go high and wide, okay, and that rear delt is what's activating across that upper back. Really be intentional about the squeeze, what muscles you're activating, and really flex them as hard as you can through that pull, get that contraction. Keep the tension in the muscle as you get that stretch. We're shortening and contracting the muscle, okay? So we're supersetting that 5 of those into 5 bicep curls. So you'll do 5 rows of whichever kind you want, and you're going to come up and right into 5 bicep curls. If you want, you can switch up the rep schemes so if you want to be able to keep that same weight, and it's one of them is a little too heavy. So say whatever you can do a bent over row. If that's too heavy, do 5 bicep curls. Maybe do 3 bicep curls. You can kind of change it up a little bit. If you're at home, you're going to do the T squeezes we've been doing, okay? So shoulder blades back and down, thumbs up, activating that upper back. And then for that bicep curl, you're just going to do manual bicep, tricep, okay? You can do 5, and then 5, and then go back down into that bent over row. The next one we have today is going to be another superset, and it's going to be push-ups into mountain climbers. We have this step today, and if you have a step at home, you can definitely use this. So if you want, you can either have your hands on the step for those push-ups and those mountain climbers, or you can have your hands and feet on the floor, or you can put your feet up on the step with your hands on the floor. You have 3 different variations. If your feet are elevated, you're working more of the upper clavicle part of your chest, okay, a little bit higher chest. If your hands are up higher and your feet are lower, you're working a little bit more of that lower chest. It's a little bit, and on the ground regular, just kind of in between those areas. So push-ups, remember, shoulder blades back and down, making that chest take that tension and that contraction. And for mountain climbers, what those are is you're going to be here and you're basically just driving a knee up and then switching, driving the opposite knee up. So you're going to be driving that knee. Try to think of using the core when you're driving those knees. Don't just let the hip flexor do all the work, but be intentional about using that core, flexing it, pulling that knee in. So we're doing 5 push-ups into 10 mountain climbers. Again, you can change up that if you need a little bit different breakdown for those movements. And next one, we're going into kettlebell swings to goblet squat. So basically, it can take some time getting used to the switch, but we're going to come into kettlebell swing, and you can come up, you can switch it, and you can go into a goblet squat. You don't have to toss switch the weight, but you can come here, you can come up, and then you can just hold it here if you want. Or if you have a kettlebell, feel free to play with whatever's most comfortable with that. And remembering with the kettlebell swings, we're not overly bending over and dropping really far down. You're really just keeping that kettlebell and the hands just right below your hips, right below the crotch. You're not going to have a big movement, okay? So you're really trying to keep those glutes active and have those glutes utilized and activated on that hinge and that press forward. And the hips, what's giving the power forward, or the glutes, sorry. Powering the glutes forward, it's going to push the weight from the hips. But 1 kettlebell swing, right into 1 goblet squat, back into a kettlebell swing, back into a goblet squat. The next move we have are squatted step squat jumps. That's what it's called. So this is where you'll need a step. If you don't have a step at home, feel free just to do it without a step. And for the kettlebell swings to goblet squats, feel free to alternate between a burpee and a squat jump. Okay, so do one burpee, then one squat jump, back into a burpee, up into a squat jump. And for the step squat lunges, basically, you're going to squat, jump up, squat, jump, up, down, up, down. Biggest thing with this one, when you're jumping down, land onto the toes, and then push the weight back up onto the heels, and absorb that impact through the glutes. Let's do this one together real quick. So try to make it a smooth transition of up to down as much as you can. Okay? So if we're jumping up, land soft when we jump back. Land soft. We don't want to just land and the knees take that impact. Really let those hips shift back, roll back on that lower landing, okay? It can take a little bit of practice to get coordinated with that movement, so start slow. As you get tired, if you need to, you can step up, do a squat, step down, do a squat. The next movement, the stepped lunges. We're going to be down in this position, and we're going to lunge up, hold that lunge, lift, drop back down to the step back, step up, lunge the opposite side. Remember, keep that glute engaged, weight even on that front leg, and hold that strong position. We don't want any wobble. And then, if you're at home, you don't have a step, you can also do that movement on the ground. Feel free to take slower transitions, though, because it takes a little bit more ability and take the time you need with those. And then lastly, controlled rolls. If we're doing this one, I can never remember the beginning of the session. Not in this one. All right, let's all get down onto our mats. The biggest thing with controlled rolls here, one, we want to tuck the chin so none of us get a concussion. Okay, number one note, no concussions in class. So we want to make sure we're braced. I think pelvic floor up and in, that core is engaged. Okay. On the roll, we're trying to make the roll as smooth as possible, down to back up. So when I'm going to roll up, and then when I come up, you're going to try to pull that low back in, shoulder blades back and down, hold that chest up, and try not to let those feet touch the ground. So smooth roll, but on that way up, don't let that low back be rounded out. Really be sure to pull that low back in, get that neutral spine back in that low back. And that's going to help you to make sure that you're activating that core while trying to hold that balance, not let those feet touch the ground. As you get tired and as you need, you can let your feet touch the ground if you need to, or you can grab onto the legs to help yourself get back up as your core gets tired. Any questions? All right, let's do it. Starting with those jumping jacks. Only at about 40%. We're not overly picking up that intensity yet. We're just getting moving. All right, you can always start here if you want to minimize that impact to start on those joints, on the knees, on the hips, on the ankles. We're just getting that body moving. Air squats. So those hips press back and down, knees stay in line with those toes. Weight is going to stay even on the feet. Keep those glutes active. Remember, if you have a hard time activating those glutes, think of twisting the feet, the knees out. Activate those glutes just a little bit more. And keep that twist out on the way down. Marches. Driving those knees up. Stay braced. All right, just remember, try to control that torso. We don't want a lot of side to side. Stay strong, balance. Lunges, alternating. That front leg, that glute staying on. Knee in line with that toe. Don't let that knee cave in. Keep that bracing. Arm circles. Remember, we're not rotating that torso here. Keep it squared. Reverse. Opposite direction. Inchworms into push-ups. Remember, these push-ups are just warm-ups, so you can modify. You can do lay-down push-ups, but don't round that low back. Bend those knees to get into that position. Jumping jacks, round 2. Picking up that tempo a little bit. Maybe that's about 60, 65%. Don't lose that bracing. Air squats. We're picking up that tempo, but we're not bouncing into bottom. Control it down. Pause for a second, back up. You're just not hanging out at the top as long. Keep those glutes on. We're braced. Don't round that low back. Actively rotate those legs out. Turn those glutes on. Marches. Whenever you have a mirror, utilize it. Pay attention to that symmetry. I control that movement. At this rate, I'm going to be bald by the end of class. I feel like I keep losing strands of hair everywhere. Lunges, alternating. Remember, if you feel strong, comfortable with that bounce, you can add some thoracic rotation towards that knee that's in front at the bottom. But remember, it's a slow, controlled, open twist back to center. Keep that glute on. Don't lose that bracing. Arm circles. Reverse. Really reach with those shoulders. Inchworms into those push-ups. Bend those knees, don't round that low back. Same speed up, same speed down. Take a break, 1 minute, and we're starting the workout. We got those bent over rows into bicep curls. 5 into 5 is where we're set. You can always change that up if you need. Remember, on those bicep curls, don't let those elbows be flying about. Keep them right in by your side and pay attention. Are you really feeling that bicep movement? Or are your forearms more tired? Sometimes we tend to overly squeeze, use a lot of forearm. Focus on that bicep. We're starting in 15 seconds. And in 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, remember, you're in that brace position for those bent over rows. If you're doing skinny, close grip, really activate the lats in that pull. Nice. Push-ups into mountain climbers. Remember, you can use the step for your hands or your feet, or you can be in that regular position. We have 5 push-ups into 10 mountain climbers. Kettlebell swings right into those goblet squats. Remember, not a huge movement, kettlebell swing. It's that goblet squat, kettlebell swing. It's that goblet squat. Feel free to start slow. Get that rhythm down. Don't cheat that movement. Pay attention to what muscles are activating. Glutes on the whole time. Stepped squat jumps. Remember, control here, soft landings. Get into that low squat on the landing of both. Really be intentional and get low on that landing. When you come down, get back low, power up out of that squat. Nice job. Nice, soft landings. Try to not even hear yourself hit the ground or that step. Stepped lunges. This is where you step up, hold that lunge, lift, back down. Keep that front leg glute on. Stay braced. Same speed up, same speed down. Controlled rolls or down. Remember, keep that bracing, pelvic floor up and in, core engaged. Smooth roll. Control that stop at the top. Don't let those feet hit the ground if you can help it. Pull that low back in, shoulder blades back and down. Nice. If you can't make that roll smooth, try rolling a little bit slower. Working on that spinal mobility here, that core control. Pay attention if you're rolling a little bit to the left or the right each time, make it even. Take a break. Nice work. You know those movements, you know what's coming. Feel free to up that weight, lower that weight. Get yourself set up for round 2. We're warmed up, we're ready to go now. Starting with those bent over rows into those bicep curls. 5 and 5. You got 15 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bent over rows. Maybe you want a little bit more of a back workout this round. Maybe you do 10 and 5. It's up to you. Push-ups into those mountain climbers. Hands up, feet up, or you're flat on the ground. Keep that good form, quality over quantity. Kettlebells. Woo. Make those glutes work. Find that tempo, keep it. Switch, stepped squat jumps. Smooth landings here. Try to land as silently as you can. Absorb that impact into those glutes. Stay braced. Step lunges. Keep that glute on. Same speed up, same speed down. Pelvic floor up and in. Core is strong. Controlled rolls. Let's go. Make those rolls smooth. Pelvic floor up and in. Core is engaged. Let's go. Keep that tempo. Take a break. Ooh, nearly. One round left, y'all. Figure out that weight you want. Adjust it up, adjust it down. Let's work a little bit in this one. Let's pick up that tempo, pick up that speed, but keep that quality. Don't ever sacrifice quality for reps. Remember, a little bit of movement through that recovery can clear that lactic acid a little bit quicker, help you recover. In 10 seconds, we're going to those bent over rows into bicep curls. In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Don't lose that bracing. Push-ups into those mountain climbers. Woo. Let's go, y'all. Let's rep these out. Stay with it, stay with it. Kettlebell. Keep those glutes working. Those glutes should be engaged whole time. Job. Stepped jump squats, whatever they're called. Don't lose that bracing. Lunges. Keep that glute on. We're braced. Stay with it. Let's go. Controlled rolls. Last movement, y'all. Don't lose that bracing. Don't roll to one side each time. with it. Stay with it. Take a break. My peeps at home. Nice work today. Nice job. Nice work, y'all. Good job. Nice job. Not to just make all workouts the ones I like of upper body work. Gotta get some legs in there. Yeah, all of it. Well, I used to always split it up to upper and lower. And then it's like Monday's upper, Tuesday's lower, and you'd have to double up. So then Wednesday would be lower, and Thursday would be upper for those. Yeah, I'm starting to do that with more of them. The reason I would switch them is in just doing up full body 4 days in a row. Your whole body is just tired. Yeah. All right, once you're ready, start with those deeper breaths. In through the nose on the way up. Out through the mouth on the way down. Find your own breathing speed here. Remember, breathe into that belly, not into the traps, not into the shoulders, not into the neck. Next exhale, we're going to pull that arm across. Bring that shoulder blade back and down. Stretching that rear delt. Through all these stretches, keep that slight braced posture. Keep those breaths and stretch a little further on each exhale. And switch. Hey, this is the third week. We're halfway. Look at that. When you're ready, go and release. Pull that arm behind, stretch that tricep. We're gonna keep those shoulder blades back and down, that hand in between those scapula. release and switch. Drop those hands back behind the back, shoulder blades back and down. We're gonna roll that head and neck. You find a tight spot, feel free to stay there. And breathe. You're ready, go and release, inhale up and in. We're gonna exhale down into that full deep floor squat, trying to keep those heels flat on the ground. Add a little bit of cardio and then just start sweating all over the place. If you want a little bit more of an inner thigh stretch here, elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together, and press those palms down as much as you want that stretch. When you're ready, go and release it down. We're gonna come out into plank. Step that right foot up and under, directly under the knee. You can drop that back knee if you want. We're gonna press those hips down into the floor here. If you wanna add a little bit more stretch, go ahead and you can lift. Back down. Go ahead and walk that front foot out to the side. You take your right hand and push that knee out and open. You can move your foot onto that knife edge and roll it over a little bit if you want a little bit more stretch on the inner thigh. And remember to breathe. Free to release it, roll, walk that foot back in, step that leg back, bring that opposite knee up and underneath. Feel free to drop that back knee if you want. You want to add a little bit more abdomen, hip flexor stretch, go and lift those arms. Lifted, go ahead and drop it down, walk that foot out to the side, to the edge. Take that left hand, open up that hip and knee. Go and walk that foot back into center. Step those legs back. And we're gonna push those hips up. Put a slight bend into those knees. Don't round that low back. We're gonna pedal out those feet. Stretching those hamstrings, stretching those calves. Feel free to breathe. When you're ready, go and extend that right leg, kick it up, open. And we're gonna drop it over to the side. And when you're ready, pull that knee through, up and under into that pigeon stretch. drop those hips down. And slowly, as your hips, hamstrings release, bring yourself down into that stretch, focusing on those breaths. Make every third to fourth inhale a little bit deeper. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up into that plank and back into that downward dog, pedaling out the feet, stretching those hamstrings, stretching those calves. When you're ready, we're going to lift that left leg and drop it up and over to the opposite side. When you're ready, pull it through, underneath, and into that pigeon stretch. Slowly bring yourself back up. You're going to walk your hands in towards the feet. You're going to roll up. Once you're standing, we're going to take a wide stance here. We're going to drop it over to the right side. When we're going to the right, we don't want the knee going forward. We want the hip dropping back. So the knee is going to stay above that shin. That foot's going to stay flat. Open up that inner thigh. You can go as far as you want, but make sure to keep that plant foot flat. And don't forget to breathe. When you're ready, go and walk it up over to the opposite side. Same thing, don't want the knee going forward. We want that hip going back. Ready, go and walk it back to center. We're going to stay low, and if you want, you can grab the floor, pull yourself a little bit deeper into that stretch. When you're ready, you can walk those feet together. And we're going to roll up and finish with those breaths. These stretches aren't exhaustive, so if you want to stay and continue to stretch a little longer, feel free. Bless you, bless you. And we're going to close down class. Nice job today, everybody. If you're with us online, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you just want the updates of when classes go live. Everybody, don't forget homework, good solid dinner, drink lots of water, at least 6 hours of sleep, and we'll see you next week. Have a nice night.